This is a review on the Bellroy Classic Plus Backpack. This one's a 22 litre and it's $199 Australian. Bellroy is a really good brand. If you haven't heard of them, they make really good wallets and lots of variety of bags as well. Just going to go through this one quickly. It's quite slim, the profile, compared to some other bags. The fabric is, they call it a venture weave. It's pretty water resistant. It's quite fine, like it's not as rough as a Cordura bag, but it's got a quite a nice feel to it. A little bit of a refined, kind of delicate kind of feel, but it is very durable. The back panel is made of this foam, almost like a neoprene kind of waterproof material. It's really soft, it's nice and padded. It's got a nice lumbar support. You can see at the bottom here, which is really comfortable. The pads are also, the shoulder pads are also the same. They've got this sort of like a neoprene kind of material on the inside, and it's the venture weave on the outside. Just go through the pockets quickly. There's a water seal zipper here. It's a little bit hard to open at the start, but it does soften up over time. Then you've got a padded laptop panel with this it's like a felt velvety kind of material here. This goes all the way down. Doesn't touch the bottom. Yeah, it almost touches the bottom. So there's probably that much padding before it hits the base. Then you've got a pocket on the inside here, which is quite deep. Actually, this one's not the deep one. This one's shallow, just to here. So if you were to put a laptop here, this would fit your charger and a mouse and so forth. Good thing about this is when you zip these up together, depending on the direction you zip it, it's pretty cool that you can unzip and then zip that way. So it's quite efficient when you can zip like that. Here we've got a hidden, again, a water seal one. This one's really firm to open. This one hasn't softened up, so I rarely use this one, except to keep very small like coins and things like that. But this one here's got a bit of elastic here, so you can sort of push in a little bit deeper on the inside. On the front we've got another hidden pocket, so when it's like that you can't really tell there's a pocket here. This design took me a while to get used to, the slit in the middle. It's strange though, the pocket's only on the one side, not on this side. So when you've got this side loaded, it does sort of puff out a little bit. But this is from the inside here. And this pocket I haven't really used much as a little key chain on the inside, but it is quite a small pocket. And it goes a little bit deep here, but it's only that narrow. It's not really efficient to fit things in, but it's good when you sling it over your shoulder. This side opens up so you can keep the bag on your shoulder as you open up. The zipper pulls also are quite nice. They've got this leather they've made with the sustainable leather, but it does have a little bit of a grip on that, so it's good to grab, but I prefer something with a knob where you can almost carry the weight of the bag off the zipper if you have to. So it's personal preference, I guess. Here's the main compartment. Opens all the way up there, and that folds up here. So inside here you've got another stretching material. This one's a deep one, so this pocket goes all the way down to the bottom here. Fit a lot of stuff in here. And it doesn't really seem to interfere with the main cavity, or it doesn't sort of interfere with the front. It has its own space. Again, the zips like that, sort of cool, where you can zip and then unzip and so forth. Like that. Here, this is the cavity for, this one's the cavity for the hidden pocket here. That one here is, doesn't seem to be, let's just check. Yeah, that's the one at the back. So that's the flap from the one at the back. Then here you've got a elastic inside for an internal water bottle pocket. and just looking in the base, again, quite a slim profile but sufficient. Goes down to the bottom like so. The thing that I think drew me to buy this bag in the first place was, funny enough, the sternum strap. This is probably the coolest thing you've ever seen. It's magnetic, so it just clips on like that. I believe the slings have the same mechanism, but they're larger. But these are firm, you can't pull these off once they're locked in. But once you know how to work it out, it's pretty good. So that clips in like that. Few ways to undo it is, one is to just twist, and it comes off very, very easily. And then clip it back on. The other way is, I just worked out you can just grab your hand like that, and you just push it together like that, and it goes undone. So you can clip it and unclip it with one hand pretty easily when you got it on, which is super handy. So wearing this bag is very, very comfortable. Again, this lumbar support is really comfortable. The pads have a slight contour, and they're thin, so they're not in the way, and when you grab it, it doesn't feel like, because of the material, it's smooth. It's not like a Cordura bag where you're sort of grabbing a sandpaper or something like that. And the fabric's really nice. They've got the slim stitching and these little design stitches through here. A nice touch. The handle is a nice touch with the leather as well. And the base is also the same as the bench weave, so it's quite durable. Drawbacks of this bag. First of all is the handle. Now, can't see that the way I've got the camera set up, but see if the position of the handle is towards the rear of the bag when you're kind of expecting it to be here. So when you lift it, it does kind of swing backwards a little bit like that, rather than sit straight. So it's hard to, when you're maneuvering the bag with the handle, it doesn't follow exactly how you want to do it. For example, if you're swinging it across the steering wheel when you're trying to pull it from the passenger seat out of the car, it can hit, or you just lose that kind of maneuverability of the bag. That's one. The second one obviously is the firm zipper here. I just can't get this one to tighten up. Probably a good thing if you're putting secure items in there, but you just wish it was as smooth as the rest. Again, if you were to add pockets on this side, you'd imagine that you'd do the same on this side just to increase that, because on the inside it's the same capacity. And the other drawback was the sternum strap. These are removable, so my first set just kept falling off. They just kept catching onto things and pulling off, and I did contact Bellroy and they sent me a replacement, which this one seems to have lasted a lot longer without falling off yet, but it's just something to be wary of, because you can't buy these separately, so once you lose them, unless Bellroy offer a replacement like they did for me, then yeah, so that's it. So overall, a very, very nice bag. The comfort and the look of it is really nice. The fabric's really good. Just comparing it to the previous review of the in-case Icon bag, this fits obviously a lot more. That one's 17 litres, this one's 22. And the depth is actually thinner than the in-case Icon. As I mentioned, that one was a little bit deeper. So this one's a little bit thinner, but it's a lot longer and taller, which compensates. So, thanks for listening.